this is Shirley with Sew Till We Begin Embroidery. Thank you for stopping by. Today I'm going to be doing part 2 of the composition covers. And today I will be doing the mini books, or the baby books as I like to call them. I did part 1 with the larger size book. Now I'm going to do the cover 2 of them for the minis. And this particular project doesn't take very long, so the video shouldn't be too long. But I wanted to complement the larger book with the smaller book. And again, as I mentioned, I think they make great gifts. Mother's Day is just around the corner. It might be something that you want to give to your mother as an additional gift. She can do journaling, keeping notes, or what have you. But as I stated, the composition covers are excellent gifts to give to anybody for any occasion. So it might be something that you want to try. So I'm going to go ahead and do this tutorial and show you how to do the mini book covers, and hopefully you will give it a try. So without further ado, I'll get started. Here are the things that you're going to need for the mini composition book covers. Of course, you need your hoop and your stabilizer. I'm using the no-show poly mesh just because that's what's out here. I'm using my 8x9 mighty hoop. The instruction calls for a 5x7, and I do have a 5x7 hoop that goes with my 10 needle, but I rarely use it, so I'm going to see what I can do with this 8x9. I think it'll be fine. And I'm going to do both of the mini composition covers to correspond with the larger composition covers that I made, so you can recognize the coloring. I'm going to switch. It's going to be the same colors, but switched up as to how I use them for the mini, so they'll just kind of correlate with each other. And of course you need to have corresponding thread or correlating thread. The one for the green and the kind of orange color is already on my machine, so I'll be doing that one first. And of course you need a ruler, you need your cutting rotary cutter, and all of the typical things. But you're going to need, the instruction tells you the sizes of your pieces of fabric, and so I won't go over that. That's the instructions. But this is going to be less steps for the smaller one than it is for the larger one, and it's all in one hoop, and you don't have to hoop it but one time. The larger one you had to hoop 3 times. So everything is going to be done in the hoop with one hooping, and it should go very smoothly. So these are the things that you will be needing to get started with your project. So the first thing I need to do is go ahead and do the positioning line, and then I'll put down the fabric that is going to be the entire back of the book, front and back. I've already chosen my thread colors, did my tracing, assigned my colors, my hand stop, all of that. So ready to rock and roll. So as I mentioned, I have the hand stop in there. So this is not, even though it's quilted, it does not use any batting. And I was tempted to put batting down, but I decided against it because I don't know if it was digitized to the point where it would actually work. And I didn't want to mess up my fabric and everything. So I'm not going to do the batting, but it is going to do the quilting. So we're going to go ahead and stitch around this and do whatever is next. So now that I've done the positioning line, I have the fabric on here, and I'm going to stitch it down, and then it will also do the quilting pattern, and so I'll go ahead and get that started. And as I mentioned, I put my stops on because I always like to have the stops on to make sure that everything that is supposed to happen for the next step, I can do it without being rushed to stop it to do it. So when you put your piece down, you want to make sure it does cover your positional stitch, and that it does have some overage, so you can make sure that you have all of that. I know this looks a little loose, but I guess that's okay. Perhaps I should have brought it down and sprayed it or whatever, so it would be flatter. But anyway, that's it. So the next thing is going to do will be the stitching of the quilting design. And of course I have different colors selected for each process. And this one is going to be in green. Now that the quilted stitches are done on both sides, then it's going to do the stitching in the spine, and I think I changed the color, so that's going to be the next step. See, it's in purple. You might want to wonder where the purple comes from, but there is a beautiful purple butterfly in where the fabric for the fold. So I'm pulling that out, and that's going to go on here, but not yet. But that's where the purple color is coming from. I'm trying to pull all the colors out that's in this pretty floral pattern that is going to be the fold. So the next stitch is going to be the decorative stitches on the edge. So all of the decorative stitches and the elastic, everything is going to go on here before I put the two folds on, and then the lining, and then we're pretty much done with this cover. So it's quick and easy. So I'll get started with that. Okay, I'm doing decorative stitches, but unfortunately, or fortunately, depends upon what it looks like once I pull it off, because it is the same color of my material, it is hard to see, and I probably should have done it in green or purple, but I do think I have purple coming up, I'm not sure. But it's going to be okay because it doesn't really matter that much. This is very decorative in itself, so with that being said, it's going to be okay. So it's going to stitch the other side the same with that colored thread. I did a good job picking that thread that was the same color as the material, that's for sure. But we'll go ahead and do it that way, and that's what I chose. So no big deal. I'm not worried about it. It's still going to be cute. So that's, you can't see it that well, but again, it is doing what it's supposed to do. And once that's done, then I will be doing the elastic. When all of the decorative stitches on the cover is done, then the next thing will be putting the elastic down, putting the fold down, putting the lining down, and then we'll be done with that. Okay, finished the decorative stitches, and I just put a placement line down for the elastic. So I'm going to go ahead and put this elastic down with part of this sticking up. It's, yeah, so that much sticking up. Gonna have to pull it kind of taut, and it needs to be taut, but this is where we're going to be. So I think I'm going to tape that little bit. I don't want too much of it over. They said 5 inches, and that's what I cut, so it doesn't give you a lot of hangover room, but they want it to be taut as well. So let me see. Let me pull this out. Trying to work with it in there isn't working, so pull it out, tape it down just outside of the stitching, and put it back in, and I'm going to go ahead and let it stitch that. Alrighty then, so it's gonna do a placement for the bottom, and then I will stretch it down there and let it stitch down there, and we will have the elastic. So I think I'm going to have to pin it, because I don't think the tape is going to hold it, because it's a little, it is taut. So that's good. It is taut. But I am going to have to pin it. So I got to reach over here and get some pins, get a pin, so I can pin it down. Bring it out, stretch it, put a pin in it, okay. Where did it go? Oh, kind of hard for me to get it pinned. Oh no, that's going to be in the way. Alright, that's going to work. Now I'm going to tape it. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay, got that done without hitting the pen. Yay! So, I've got to pull this out just to get the pen out. Take this tape off and take this pen out. Now, I think that's the only thing I will have to pen. That is done. So now the next thing I have to do, if I'm not mistaken, is put down, and the flaps need to be ironed, and the folded side needs to be facing inside. The raw edge needs to meet up where the end of the raw edge is on the cover. So everything needs to meet up pretty even. Pretty even. And then I do the same on the other side. And I'm trying to make sure that I keep that purple up. So I got the purple butterfly. And then I wish this flower was going up, but in order for me to, okay, here you go, just turn it around. No, that's not going to work, because it's got to be, the folded part has to be to the inside. So there's no way to get that up without the flower being down, but that's okay, because I do want the purple to show as well. So that's my goal. That's the reason why I'm doing this, so I can have the purple butterfly to match the purple thread. And so there we have it. That is the next step. And it's going to stitch all the way around and get that in place. And then we, as I stated, it's almost done. So as you can see, I do have the flaps down. And the next thing I do is put the lining down with the printed side up. And you want to center this. Now this is, for me, is going to be a challenge, because the instruction says to line it up with the midpoint on your 5x7 hoop. And as you can see, I don't have a 5x7 hoop. However, if I'm not mistaken, this is the midpoint of my 8x9 hoop. So I am trying to line it up by that. And I'm doing it visually. And I think I got it. So I think everything is going to be fine. I know this particular side here looks to be a little bit longer than that side. So I want everything to fit just fine. So it's going to be a one stitch all the way around, and everything gets caught and stitched at the same time. So fingers crossed that everything is going to catch the way it's supposed to. I think it is, but I'm flying blind with this since they don't have measurements that you actually can go by. So let's go with this. So this is finished. All of the stitching that is required is done. Everything's been caught. So what I do now is take it off of out of the hoop, trim it up, and turn it over, and we will have a book cover for the mini booklet. And then of course I'm going to repeat this for the others. Excuse me. I'm going to repeat this process for the other booklet, and I will end up with 2. So let's go ahead and get it cut up and looking pretty. And that will be it. So I will show you the finished product when I'm done with both of them. You trim all 4 sides, not leaving a little seam allowance on the outside of the stitching around here. So I'm just going to trim everything. As you can see, it's just a little seam here. And I'll do that with all 4 corners, and then I'll do a corner cut here so it will turn and get the points out. So that's what I'm doing. So I have it all pressed out. All I gotta do now is flip it, put the book in it, and we will have a beautiful cover, book cover. Take my purple thing and push the corners out. That's another thing that the purple thing is good for, in case you don't have one. There you have it. Cute. I'll get it all ironed out, and then how it looks inside, how it looks on the outside. That's what it's going to look like folded up with the booklet in it. Let me get it all ironed up and I'll show you the finished product. So there we have it, the finished product. I have the mommy and the baby. Full size mini, coordinating booklets. Excellent gift for any occasion. And this could also be done for a man. Just use more masculine fabric, and it would be a great gift for Father's Day as well, graduation. Anybody that needs some journaling books or note-taking books or anything, this would be a great project. So this is the end of the project. Thank you so much for stopping by, watching me do these booklets. I hope you got motivated and have some inspiration to do this project yourself, both the large and the small booklets. I think you would love it. It's a lot of fun. I got these pins, in case you're wondering, off of Amazon. Those that I didn't get with Be Create for when you buy rhinestones from them, but you can buy them off of Amazon, and I know I got several of them off of Amazon in case you're interested in it. And I just want to thank you for stopping by. If you have not subscribed, please consider doing so. I would appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up. share this video with friends, and hit the notification bell so you would be notified every time I put a video up. And also do not forget about my live stream every Tuesday, Shirley's Wind Down Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Tuesday. Come join us. We have a good time. We talk about everything embroidery and crafting and anything else that we want to talk about. Bring your libation, whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Join the fun and come and chat with us. So come back again for other videos. Look at the ones that I already have. And I do appreciate your support.